This video will prepare you for the Unit 6 ISN Check. Please make sure page 4 has the essential questions for the unit. On page 5 should be a table of contents. Again, if you're missing something, hit the pause button to fill it in. Page 6 is genetic vocabulary, and page 7 is the do you have a genetic twin? Again, making sure both sides are filled in. On page 8 is the meiosis reading and note-taking guide, and on page 9 is the human inheritance and meiosis notes. On page 10 is the explore stations. We had different stations you visited about inherited traits. So if you're missing those, hit the pause button and fill them in. On page 11, you should have the bug builder handout, and page 12, the Mendel work notes. On page 13 is the Mendel reading and note-taking guide, and on page 14 is the Mendel inheritance we did with the computers. Page 15 should be 2 warm-ups from February 10th and 11th, and on page 16 is the genetic space baby activity. On page 17 is genetic practice problems, and 18 the probability, Punnett square, and heredity notes. On page 19 there's 2 warm-ups from February 16th and 17th, and on page 20 is the how to make a Punnett square poster. Page 21 has the article with annotations on it about DNA and a colored copy of the double helix on the back. 22 is the Penny Lab. Again, all the conclusion questions and data should be filled in. On page 23 is the DNA web quest, and on 24, the DNA model of candy representing the adenine and thymine. 25, 2 warm-ups on 223 and 224. Page 26 is the DNA extraction lab, so again, both those sides should be filled in. On page 27 should be the translation, transcription activity we did, and the Who Stole Mrs. Crawford's Hydro Flask was the next activity on the next page. On page 29 was the differences between asexual and sexual reproduction. Page 30, the lab we did looking at the 4 different species. And then lastly, the study guide should be on page 31. And the study guide key is on school loop. So please make sure you're missing anything, check the daily agendas, or come into class to get the extra handouts.